Welcome back to the channel. I was away for a couple days, so we're going to recap the content that appeared over the last few days, touch on some of the bigger releases, as well as a look at some of the maybe underused moments that actually have pretty decent rewards. Let's get into it. So right off the rip, I do want to point out the hat trick objectives. It is nice that we actually have the ability to catch up if you were missing the daily hat trick collectibles from earlier in the year. The fact that we are now able to earn 20 of them, which is essentially a full level to upgrade Couture, Leonard, or Shea Weber. I think that's a good thing. I think they need to add many more of them because there are quite a few people that are behind or maybe weren't able to actually use these cards because, you know, they started later in the year. Now, I'll be honest with you, they're still not anything crazy if you are able to get them up to their final tier at 89 overall. Currently, Couture, in my opinion, would be the most usable. 89 speed and excel, 90 face-offs. He also gets silver quick draw, so you could definitely use him on your bottom lines, even if you've just been grinding the game since launch. But Robin Leonard, for example, is another decent one, 91 speed, but I've heard people that have selected Leonard and just not been able to use him after a while. Shea Weber, unfortunately, his skating, even though he is a lot bigger, just really tough to use at this stage of the game. So I wish that they would release more of them, maybe give us some more options, I think. But nonetheless, it is nice that we have a little bit of a catch-up right now. Now, obviously, the big release over the last few days has been Colton Parayko being your first 99 overall in Hockey Ultimate Team, getting there before Sorelli did. And if you are a Colton Parayko owner, I mean, just enjoy the next few months of having the best card in the game. What's even crazier is that because he's 6'6", 228, this was a card that was released like in the summertime as a team builder, I believe. You could have him all the way to August, and when other 99 cards come out, they're still not going to be better than Colton Parayko. Gold Heatseeker is still hilarious, and in-game, this card just feels different. It feels like launch Connor McDavid, those kinds of things. You throw elite edges on him, it's just a mess. The fantasy event is always the most fun. This is one of the reasons why, because someone always explodes past projections. So congrats to all my fellow Colton Parayko owners out there. Now, we also got a new Team of the Week, highlighted by the 89 Jordan Staal, who did have an incredible week. Recently, he's been on fire. Joining him was Vinny Trocheck, Evgeny Dadonov, Connor Hellebuyck, Zach Bogosian, and Ryan McDonough. Now, the 89 Jordan Staal is a pretty good card. If you are looking for a non-Master Set player centerman, Jordan Staal is fantastic. 6'4", 220, gold close quarters, born leader, but the 90 speed, acceleration, and agility matched with the 93 face-offs just makes him a very good and safe centerman option if you are looking for a high-end player and maybe you didn't get one of the Gallery of Greats event items. Jordan Staal is a very good centerman. However, I still think the most usefulness that will come out of Team of the Week is going to be the sets to make the higher overalls when Team of the Year does come out. I would not make any of these just yet. Team of the Week sets are in the game always, so I would save up any of the free Team of the Week items that you get that you could potentially use to trade in for higher overalls. Again, once Team of the Year releases, this could be a nice option to cash in some of your cards to get some higher overalls. I wouldn't do it yet because there's no rush. Every week these sets do come out, but it's just something to keep in mind. I do think it's important to earn as many 82 and above cards as you can for free, and by doing the objectives, by just having a bunch of 82 or lower overall Team of the Week items in your lineup, you can grab an 84 overall choice pack for free. Again, this would just be collection stuff that you can use for Team of the Year. Now, I do want to bring attention to the moments, and no, there are a lot of busted ones. Very funny joke by EA about the Y2K. I think the funniest part was that no one actually thought this was a joke and actually just thought that they forgot to rename the stuff because it isn't out of the realm of possibility. But I want to focus on the weekly HUT moments, which have, for the most part, been completely useless. However, a viewer of mine told me to go ahead and do all of these. The only one that takes any sort of time is the last one where you've got to win a game with 2-minute periods on Pro. This is the 10 minutes to get this one done. The other 4 took a total of 10 minutes combined. And you will get 5 weekly HUT moments packs. Now, these packs all have 3 75 and above overall player items. So even if you're not looking to make Connor McDavid Supercharge X Factor with those 75s, it is decent collection stuff and a good chance at pulling something big. I pulled the 87 overall Sergei Bobrovsky. Now, obviously, that's not what's going to happen for everyone, but you can see that these packs actually have some decent value now, and it in total took me 20 minutes, so I would recommend everyone that plays regularly and you're looking for other stuff and a chance at anything to do these moments. Now, our new Hut Champs player item this week is the 88 Robin Regeer, and honestly, a pretty good defenseman. It looks like they're just releasing all of last year's Team Builder items, which is super boring, but I have to admit that those Team Builder cards are all among the best in the game last year. Because they don't have customizable synergies, I talked about this a little bit, they're not nearly as impactful, but I can still understand if you're going to release a Hut Champs card, it's got to be something that, you know, the more competitive side of the player base would be interested in. Gold Truculence, 90 speed and excel, very good left-handed defenseman. So if you don't have 3 solid options, like again, you just started the game and you're half decent, you can get your 10 wins. I would recommend trying to grab this card. Even regardless, just getting to 10 wins to have an 88 overall to trade in for Team of the Year is a pretty decent value as well. It's a guaranteed card, so just something to point out. I went and completed my 10 wins last week to get Keith Kachuk. Not going to use him on my team, but again, just for future trade-ins. Now, we also got some hologram upgrades, finally, featuring the 89 Matt Sundin and Daniel Alfredsson. Joining them was the 88 Brian Leach and Saku Koivu as well. 4 cards that just represent my childhood, in all honesty. Now, Daniel Alfredsson's 89 with 90 skating across the board, gold make it snappy, and silver tape to tape. Not really an impressive card, but if you didn't have Daniel Alfredsson's hologram and you were looking to make a Daniel Alfredsson card simply because you wanted to make a theme team, it's still very usable. We also got Scott Niedermayer. We got the Devils team as well. So Scott Niedermayer getting an upgrade from his hologram. 2-way defenseman and power shooting boost as well. Silver heat seeker and gold stick him up. He's always a good skater. 91 speed and excel, 93 agility. He also has 99 slap shot power as well. So a very good left-handed defenseman here. But we've got to talk about the 89 Matt Sundin. He's got playmaking forward, power shooting boost, gold close quarters, and silver unstoppable force. 89 speed, excel, 91 agility with playmaking forward activate. He also has 92 faceoffs. He's just a perfect center build as well. I know there are a lot of Toronto Maple Leaf fans out there. Now, taking a look at those holograms, again, if you made Daniel Alfredsson, you can now get him up to an 89 overall. He's got free zone abilities of Born Later and Puck on a String. Not super impressive by any means. He's got playmaking forward as his synergy, so his agility gets up there. But again, probably one of the more underwhelming modern power-up icons, but if you're a Sens fan, you gotta have it. Matt Sundin's was the long-awaited one, and his skating is just so rough in comparison to that 89 that did come out from the 2000s event. I really wish, due to the cost of these holograms and even X Factors, when they get an upgrade, I wish their attributes would match, not just the overalls, because it's clear that they made a custom build for that 2000s Matt Sundin card, but if you made the power-up icon, yes, you have to pay for the upgrade, and it's not even the best version of Matt Sundin that is out right now. Don't love that, but obviously for any of the Matt Sundin owners, you will take it because he was sorely in need of an upgrade. Scott Niedermayer, though, however, does have gold elite edges, which I think is one of the better abilities in the game, and he's got 91 speed, 91 excel, 93 agility, so that does kind of match what his 2000s card was. This is a great option, and honestly, anyone making a modern hologram, there is an argument to be made that Scott Niedermayer is one of the better ones. Now we've got a new release of Game Breakers as well, highlighted by the 89 Brandon Hagel and David Pasternak. Also with Matt Duchesne, who is always one of the better Hut cards as well. Again, if you're trying to prepare for Team of the Year, make sure that you are trying to complete as many objectives as you can. By completing all of the objectives, you will get 6 collectibles in total, which will allow you to make another card. You can do the 84 and above tradable version. I would honestly just trade in the 6 for an 86 overall. Again, this is the safest way if you are trying to save everything for Team of the Year, which I know, judging by the comments, everyone is talking about and everyone is trying to do, as it is the next event. So this is the set that I would recommend. A free 86 overall at this stage of the game is pretty important. So I appreciate everyone checking out the content. I will see you tomorrow for the new Week 2 NHL 2000s Hut event release. Hope to see you then. Have a good one.